Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Journey to Greatness, day 267 of 365 with David McDonald, the GOAT. All right, let's get into this meditation. Happy Sunday. Morning, Liz. Good morning, AJ. Good morning, Miss Miner. Good morning, Imelda. Al. Good morning, my brother. I received blessings. Let me know, man. I'll talk to you anytime about it, Al. That's what we're here for. All right. So we just finished our meditation routine, and now we're going to continue with our reading routine. So currently, we're reading the English Standard Version of the Bible, and we're in the first or the Old Testament. So I will see you guys on the other side. Hmm. Oh, shoot. Jeez. All right. So, welcome back. We just finished our reading routine, and now we're going to get into our journaling routine. Oh man, we're almost done with this journaling book too. We only have like 3 pages left. Work. So in our journaling routine, usually what I like to write about, 2 most important things is waking up in the morning. So being awake and having the breath of life continuously flowing through me as I hit deep REM and wake up in the morning. And then being in perfect or, I'm actually going to change the word to godly, being in godly mental, physical, and spiritual health. And everything that comes with that. Then anything that I wish to like pretty much like revisit or be grateful, anything that I experienced yesterday that I'm grateful for, I write those things down and just recognize them and not take them for granted, right? And then anything I wish to manifest moving forward, I go ahead and write those down also. So if there's a vision or a goal or something I wish to achieve, then I start to, um, I start to reflect on those things and write them down also. If there's like something that's coming up for you where you feel, let's say, for example, there's a characteristic about you that wish to change, the journal is a good exercise also to do this, because what you can do is you can write down the way you feel, um, the feeling of whatever it is, and then what you do is you see what it is that you're feeling, and then you write the counter of what you know about yourself. You know that you're not that person. You know that um, you're a different person, right? So you write who you know. So pretty much you write what you're feeling, if it's a negative feeling, and then and like what you wish to aspire to, right? You're like, I can't do it, or this, that, and the other. And then beneath that, write a totally different description, opposite of what you know, and what it would feel like if you did, assuming the feeling that you are the opposite of this other person that you wrote down. That's a powerful exercise too, because it'll help you see it, visualize it, and then materialize it because you're writing it down. So if you need some help with that, let me know, and I'll see you all on the other side. All right, my friends, welcome back. So, quite a few early risers this morning. Let's go. All right. So we are in the Old Testament, and we're going through the story of. We just finished Adam and Eve, and the fall of man, and woman. So now we're talking about the birth of Cain and Abel. So Adam knew Eve, his wife, and she conceived and bore Cain, saying, I have gotten a man with the help of the Lord. And again, she bore his brother Abel. Now, God at this moment was very, very, very upset with both Adam and Eve because they had just eating from the, I believe it was the tree of knowledge in the Garden of Eden. And so the wrath, the punishment that Eve was going to endure was the pain of bearing children, is how he described it. And so pretty much now it became a competition between Abel and Cain. And the Lord had regard for Abel and his offering, but for Cain, his offering had no regard. So Cain was very angry and his face fell. So in other words, he started pouting. And so Abel was the caretaker of the sheep, and Cain was the worker of the ground. So pretty much God was, God recognized Abel. God recognized Abel in the offering that he gave to God, and then God didn't recognize Cain for that. And that made Cain very upset. And if you don't do well, says God to Cain, sin is crouching at the door. Its desire is for you, but you must rule over it. Cain spoke to Abel, his brother, and when they were in the field, Cain rose up against his brother Abel and killed him. Then the Lord said to Cain, where is your brother Abel? Or where is Abel, your brother? He said, I don't know, as I am my brother's keeper. And the Lord said, what have you done? The voice of your brother's blood is crying to me from the ground, and now you are cursed from the ground, which has opened its mouth to receive your brother's blood from your hand. When you work the ground, it shall no longer yield to you its strength, because Cain was actually the worker of the ground, right? So he brought fruits and things of this nature. You shall be a fugitive and a wanderer on earth. Cain said to the Lord, my punishment is greater than I can bear. Behold, you have driven me today away from the ground, and from your face I shall be hidden. I shall be a fugitive and wander on the earth, and whoever finds me will kill me. Then the Lord said to him, not so. If anyone kills Cain, vengeance shall be taken sevenfold. And the Lord put a mark on Cain, lest anyone who found him should attack him. Then Cain went away from the presence of the Lord and settled in the land of Nod, east of Eden. So after Cain killed his brother Abel out of jealousy, essentially, then God pretty much marked him and said, hey, you're now banished from these lands, and you must continue on. The worst part about it is you have to live with your reality. You have to live with your what you just created for yourself. Cain knew his wife, and she conceived and bore Enoch. When he built the city, he named the city after the name of his son, Enoch. So then it goes through a large list of generations of sons that were pretty much the sons of Enoch, the sons of a number of other people. So we'll skip over that part. And Adam knew his name. And Adam, so we're going back to Adam now. And Adam knew his wife, and she bore a son and called his name Seth. For she said, God has appointed me for another offspring instead of Abel, and for Cain killed him. So Adam and Eve had another son named Seth. So in total, 3 sons: Abel, Cain, and Seth. Abel was killed by Cain. All right, this is a lot. You should read all these names that they have in the book too. It's like so many. So this is the book of generations of Adam. So Adam's descendants to Noah. When God created man, he made him in the likeness of God. Male and female, he created them, and he blessed them and named them man when they were created. When Adam had lived 130 years, he fathered a son in his own likeness after his image and named him Seth. Thus, the days of Adam lived were 930 years, and he died. Now, Seth had kids, right? So Seth had Enosh, and had other, daughters and sons. And and then Enosh had kids, Kenan, and then had other children. And so this list goes on and on and on for like multiple generations. So Mes Methus Methusal Methus Methu Methuselah had lived 187 years when he fathered Lamech. Methuselah lived after it's probably Methuselah. Methuselah. Yeah, Methuselah lived father Lamech 782 years and had other sons and daughters. Thus, all the days of Methuselah were 969 years. So everyone lived to almost 1,000 or over 1,000, I think. No, almost to 1,000. So when Lamech had lived 182 years, he fathered a son and called his name Noah, saying, out of the ground that the Lord has cursed, this one shall bring us relief from our work and from the painful toil of our hands. After Noah was 500 years, Noah fathered Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Now, I know it seems a little convoluted a little bit just right now because there's like we're laying the foundational framework for what is to come. Now, all of these names, like Methuselah, I've never heard of them before. But I know because the stories are always continuously repeated. I know Enoch, I know of Enoch, and I know of Noah. And so those are the two that I'm kind of focusing on right now. And then later on, we could come back to this section if we hear about any of these other people, like Enosh, Kenan, Mahalael, who else? And a number of other people. Okay, so I'll throw that out there. So increasing corruption on earth. So during this time, earth was experiencing a high amount of corruption and evilness. People were killing each other. And when man began to multiply on the face of the land and daughters were born to them, the sons of God saw that daughters of man were attractive. And they took as their wives as many as they chose. Then the Lord said, my spirit shall not abide in man forever, for he is flesh. His days shall be 120 years. The Nephilim were on earth in those days, and also afterward, when the sons of God came into the daughters of man, and they bore children to them. These were the mighty men who were of old, the men of renown. Now, the Lord saw the wickedness of man was great on earth, and that every intention of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. And the Lord regretted that he had made man on earth, and it grieved him to his heart. So the Lord said, I will blot out man, whom I have created, from the face of the land, man and animals and creeping things and birds of the heavens, for I am sorry I have made them. But Noah found favor in the Lord's eyes. These are the generations of Noah. Was a righteous man, blameless in his generation. Noah walked with God, and Noah had 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Or Japheth. Okay, so now the earth was corrupt in God's sight, and the earth was filled with violence. And God saw the earth, and behold, it was corrupt. For all flesh has corrupted their way on earth. And God said to Noah, I have determined to make an end to all flesh, for the earth is filled with violence through them. Behold, I will destroy them with the earth. Make yourself an ark of gopher wood. Make rooms in the ark and cover it inside and out with pitch. This is how you. This is how. This is how you are to make it. The length of the ark is 300 cubits in breadth, 50 cubits in height, and 30 cubits. Make a roof for the ark and finish the cubit above, and set the door of the ark in its side. Make it with lower, second, and third decks. And then that was the beginning of the relationships, or the beginning of I think the first demolition of earth and all of men's wickedness. Pretty interesting stuff, to say the least. I don't really have much to conclude. It's pretty straightforward, but I guess we'll have to just continue some more tomorrow. Very interesting read, to say the least. Probably one of the most interesting starts that we've had out of all the books that we've read. Okay, so for me, man, it's just hard to think that God is a upset person, or he was very wrath, like he put wrath on, I don't know. It's so interesting. So we'll keep reading tomorrow. But to everybody who jumped on the messenger board this morning, good morning, good morning. AJ, that is why I say. That's a great opinion. That's a thought, AJ. That's a thought. So to everyone out there who jumped on the messenger board, good morning. Thank you for your presence, and constant blessings to the camera, and everybody who's at home, showing support and showing love to the camera. Thank you. I appreciate it 100-fold. And before we check out here, feel free to repeat after me. This is my life. I am aware. I take full responsibility for my reality and thoughts. I recognize I have the power to manifest the best possible life, a life of wealth, love, and peace. I truly believe I have zero limitations. I trust my instincts, God, and universe. I am ready to transcend. I have arrived. And so it is. And so it is, everyone. Happy Sunday. I hope you all have the best day of your life. Make it a productive one or a restful one, whatever you choose. Only the best energy to you. And I will see you all tomorrow at 5 a.m. Thank you.